Okay, folks, this is Bruce B. MAGUS 18999 Magazine 999, and I wanted to talk about Brave Frontier in this little segment. Obviously, that's why I have the picture there on the screen. And what I'm going to talk about is my concern over Brave Frontier and their strategies of making money. Well, strategy, because they only have one strategy, and that strategy is, I'll show you what that strategy is. Summon, summon, keep on summoning. Uh-oh, here's another. That's something else. And this is about summoning too. Get to summoning, log in, summon, whatever, gear up. Yeah, that's their that's their only money game, is selling summons. And I would like for them to come up with something better than that, because what they're doing is messing up the game. Oh, they do have a little bit of something else where they get money from, and that's for people who pay for a position in their arena. I'm not going to really. I just click it on arena so you can see arena. But if you really want to move up fast, you can pay for more plays. That doesn't really show that. This is here, where up at the upper right, where it says arena orb refill. You can pay for more of those orbs, and there's a lot of people who, like they want to get that heavenly bud, really quickly, so they'll pay to get there, or you can. Another thing you can pay for is, I don't know if it'll let me get into it. Let me see. Okay, you can pay for ranking here. And that's actually what, basically, the high ranking, not the friend ranking, MVP. The high ranking is people have all just kept paying for more 100 orbs. That's how that works. Okay, so it's not really, it's pay, what do you call it? Pay to compete, pay to placement, pay for placement, pay for ranking, pay for placement. All those places where people can pay, they are paying because they want the top rank, and two, they want all the little prizes that go with it. So if you think you're going to play this game fairly, that means without paying, and have any type of chance to get to the high ranking positions in the arenas or the Frontier Gate, don't even think about it, okay? Just forget it. It's not going to happen. It's too many people that's paying for that, okay? But the most disturbing part is about these summons, the summon gates. And some people are upset because they split off, they split some of the batches up, in between summon gates. But that's neither here nor there. My thing is that I've been playing since 2014, and as such, I have collected a massive amount of units. See, it says 565. Doesn't include some units that are not playable, but I have a massive amount of units. And in terms of how Gumi is conducting itself in that search for your pocket money, and mine too, that means I have a massive amount of units that I can't use. And that's not right. Because what they do is, instead of upgrading a character, they make new characters. Now somebody's going to say, "Oh well, what about they made the 7-star, and they made the OE, the Omni Evolution?" Yeah, recently, okay. How many Vargas type characters have been out since 2014 until now, when the Omni Evolution showed up? How many? I forgot this fool's name. Ease. How many Ease type characters have been out when they could have just upgraded Ease, upgraded Vargas? I said Vargas before. Sorry. You know, Zeger, all these Z-Food. They could have just did that in the first place. But in their quest for your pocket money, that's the reason why they're doing the OE now. See, they're going back. They're doing something they should have did before, but not to 8 stars. It should not have been to 8 stars. And that's the other issue that I have. Besides them making units obsolete, when all they had to do was tweak those units in the first place. They didn't have to create half of the units that they created, because they're so similar to units that they just left laying in the gutter because they want your money. Okay? It is so desperate. Yeah, so the other part of that is ramping up with these new, the 7 stars and the OE, which is basically 8 stars, these units, they're like throwing away your access to content, because unless you have, like right now, if you don't have 7 stars, you're having a difficult time. Yes, there are some 6-star units that you can throw in there, but you cannot have a 6-star team and think you're going to make it through the trials. Even trials that people were going through with 6 stars, you can't go with 6 stars now, because Gumi has did some stealth buffing there, I believe. Every time when you talk to people about, oh, you gotta have 7 stars, you can't do it. Is why the content was made before 7 stars came out. So why is it all of a sudden you can't do it with 7 stars? It's because the power creep is real. That's why. They're going to keep ramping up the content, the difficulty, and then they ramp up the difficulty, and then they say, hey, here's a new batch. 12-star units. It's a real hustle. It's a real hustle. And a lot of people falling for it, paying. Because they have to get those new units. And they do have to get them, because you can't play the content with old units unless they're an Omni Evolution, which is basically the same as saying a new unit by the time you finish upgrading to that. So, considering all this, if I look at it, a couple of months from now, and all of a sudden we need 8-star units, to get through the content, I can't do the trials, Frontier Gate, Frontier Hunter, the raids, Who knows? They might add some new story content, on the map, the general regular map that you can only get through with 8 stars units. If they do that, basically locking out hundreds of units that they have created over the years from the content, then you newbies who don't mind it and don't know any difference, good luck to you, because I am out. I am not going to keep playing this money game. Yeah, I know they need the money, but they need to come up with a more from different and varied needs besides making the game so that you are forced to summon for new units, especially at the aggressive schedule that they have set. It's like every few months the time is cut shorter. But look at the time between the 7 stars and the 8. 7 stars came out like, I can't remember the exact month, but it was the end of last year, like late fall of last year. Then they started talking about Omni Evolutions already by December, I think it was. Maybe before that, because for a little while I wasn't playing. But in the space of time between the 6-star units and the 7-star units, there was much more time between that. We was allowed to enjoy the game for a while with 6-star as being the maximum. But when the 7 stars came out, they didn't give us any time hardly. Where they started talking about Omni Evolution. Now everybody's talking about, we gotta have the Omni Evolution units, which may or may not be true right now, but it will be true, because they're already talking about rolling more and more and more of them out, and that's going to be the standard. Why? Because that'll make you spend money, and that's all they looking at. They don't care about the game itself. They don't care about you enjoying the game. They just want you to get to that damn summon gate and spend some damn money. Especially Gumi. When I say especially Gumi, I say Alan, the Japanese version, is not as aggressive in that way. I play both. I know they're not as aggressive. But the money thing, and I'm not going to talk about all the other differences because that's not my point. But my point is just about this whole summon gate crap. It needs to stop. It's getting out of hand. The summon gate and the raising the level of stars. We don't need 8-star units. Just fix the ones we have already. What is that? So I'm just going to keep looking and see how it goes. I don't have much faith in it the way from the plans that I see. But we'll see. You never know. Thank you for listening. And peace in your hood.